to them five, right?
We're all eager to vote today.
Ma'am. I don't know. Oh, Pascal on the phone.
Oh, she gets one printed.
I'm gonna have Pascal on the phone. Right. But I can't ask. Oh, Pascal right quick.
Quick anyway.
What is today? Monday the 17th, right? You already got them rolling. All right, we're going to call to order the Board of Zoning Appeals meeting on November 17th at 2:30 p.m. Begin by reading our statement of powers. The Augusta Board of Zoning Appeals hears and makes decisions on applications for variances in accordance with the powers granted under Section 1-4-88 of the Augusta, Georgia Code. The applicant must provide any scaled drawings or plot plans, including all dimensions, pictures, or any other supporting information at this meeting. Only information presented at this meeting may be used in any future hearings regarding this petition. Any person affected by the board's decision may file an appeal with the Superior Court of Richmond County, Georgia, within 30 days of the decision of this board. The meeting will be conducted in accordance with the board's bylaws and rules of procedure and the latest edition of Robert's Rules of Order, unless otherwise directed by the majority of the board in session at the time. A minimum of 10 minutes shall be afforded for the presentation of data, evidence, and opinions on each side of a petition. If more than 10 minutes is afforded to one side, then an equal amount of time shall be afforded to the other side. The board encourages participation in this hearing, and there is no restriction on whom may address the board within the allotted time. But the board does ask that all public comments be brief, on subject, and directed to the board, not any one individual or group. All right. I'm going to ask the board here to take a minute, and having reviewed the minutes, I'll entertain a proposal to approve them.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
All right, we have a motion.
Second.
And a second. All in favor of approval of the minutes by show of hands? Seeing none opposed, that motion was for Mr. Turner, and it was seconded by Mr. Ross Trulock. All right, staff, we can go ahead and move into item number 2 on the agenda.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. BZA 25-41, a petition by Dante Davis requesting a variance from section 15-4B to reduce the side yard setback from 7 feet to 6 feet on the property located at 1622 and 1624 Lucky Street. Staff represent.
Good afternoon, Ashley Catterton, Development Services Administrator. This request involves 622 and 624 Lucky Street. Both of these properties were recently rezoned to R2, which is two-family residential, and are to be combined into one lot. The property is situated in the Turpin Hill neighborhood, and the applicant is proposing to build a duplex and seeks variances to reduce the north and south side yard setbacks from 7 feet to 6 feet. For findings, both parcels are currently vacant as the homes that were previously located there became inhabitable and have been demolished. With the two lots combined, the lot width will then become 60 feet. Section 15.4B of the Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance requires side setbacks to meet the same requirements for single-family R1 zoning, and that would move us to Section 88B2, which requires side setbacks of lots having a width of 56 feet to 70 feet for having a two-side yard width of not less than 7 feet. And again, the two lots combined would be 60 feet. The requested side yard setback of 6 feet would be approximately a 15% reduction and 1 foot reduction. Approval of this request would not exceed the maximum 40% allowable lot coverage of the property in the R2 two-family residential zoning. And at the time of completion of this report, there were no inquiries received by staff concerning this variance application. And that concludes staff's presentation.
Thank you very much, Ms. Catterton. Is Dante Davis present? Thank you, sir. If you wouldn't mind, you're welcome to address the podium over here. If you would, please state your name and address for the record, and then you have 10 minutes to add anything that you'd like.
My name is Dante Davis, and my address is 421 Winoka Drive, Evans, Georgia, 30809. I really don't have nothing to say. I already established 2 duplexes right beside it, so they basically just doing the same thing over again, the third lot. So on each one of them, I been through the same process. Did it on the first one, doing it again on the second one, and this would be the third lot. I combine 2 lots every time, and that's pretty much it. Just trying to revitalize the neighborhood, bring it back.
All right, thank you, Mr. Davis. Is anyone in opposition present today? Seeing none, did we receive any through email or letters? Seeing none, that's great. I'll open it up for any questions from the board.
Mr. Chair, may I ask staff recommendations?
Mr. Turner, yes, we'll have staff recommendation, please.
All right. The Planning and Development staff recommends denial of the variance request as it does not meet all criteria for granting variance established in Section 33 of the Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance as amended. Should the board move to approve the applicant request, staff recommend the following condition. Allow for a 6-foot north and south side yard setback on the combined lots to allow for the construction of a duplex. That concludes staff recommendation.
Thank you.
I motioned with staff recommendation to approve this variance.
All right. I believe I heard from Mr. Rowe that there's a motion to approve this with the conditions as stated by staff, seconded by Ms. Williams.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir. Mr. Brigham.
can we see if the applicant's agreeable to the
Are
recommendations?
you agreeable
on
to the conditions stated by staff, allowing for the variance?
There ain't no condition.
Yes. Seeing that he is. We have a motion and a second. I think we can do this by show of hands. All in favor of approval with the conditions as stated by staff? It's unanimous. Thank you very much, Mr. Davis, for your time today.
Thank y'all.
All right. We can move on to the next item. I'm sorry, who's phoned in? Pascal. All right, thank you. All right, we can go ahead and move to the next item on the agenda, please.
Okay. BZA 25-42, a petition by Mark Rozier requesting a variance from section 28-B-9A to increase the allowed sign area square footage from 156 square feet to 447.3 square feet for a building mounted sign on property located at 1762 Lovers Lane. Staff represent.
Amanda Cruz, Planner 1. This variance request involves a 36.08 property located along an industrial corridor in East Augusta. The property is bounded by Columbia Nitrogen Drive to the north, Levy Road to the east, Interstate 520 and Lover's Lane to the west, and Finizzi Swamp to the south. Manus, a bio-alternative scale-up platform, has acquired and repurposed the former NutraSweet manufacturing site in Augusta and is now ready to install signage. Manus is requesting to increase the allowed signed area square footage from 156 square feet to 447.3 square feet for a proposed building-mounted sign at 1762 Lover's Lane on the Manus Fermentation Building. The site plan submitted with the application shows the proposed building-mounted sign is approximately 447.3 square feet, which is an increase of 286% above the permitted 156 square feet. Section 28-B-9A of the Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance states that the max sign surface area of a sign in a heavy industrial zone is 2 square feet of sign surface area per linear foot. The proposed location of the sign on the fermentation building of the site is not within the line of sight triangle and will not inhibit visibility at that intersection. At the time of completion of the report, staff did not receive any inquiries regarding this variance application. That concludes staff presentation.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Cruz. Is Mr. Mark Rosier here? If you wouldn't mind, actually, I'll have you over on this one. And if you will, please just state your name, your address, and that you have authority to speak on behalf of the application.
Sure. My name is Mark Rosier. I'm with Manus Bio. I am appointed designee to speak for the company on this topic.
All right. Thank you so much. You've already heard staff's presentation. You are welcome to add anything you'd like.
Okay, thank you. I don't have much to add to that. I do want to specify the size of the sign, or this is a hand-painted sign, not a physically hung sign. We will be using the services of a local artist to paint this sign on the wall. And it is 7 1/4 feet by 45 feet, so it's roughly 326 1/4 square feet. So that's more closer to around the 209% instead of the 260 something. No, that's about it. We're very proud of turning the NutraSweet, the old NutraSweet facility, into a new biomanufacturing facility, and would like to. We've already hired previous employees and new employers, and acquiring other sites, and proud to represent this new facility in Augusta, and would like to have a proud, bold sign on the side of our facility to state who we are.
Thank you, Mr. Rosier, for your commitment to the economy here in Augusta. We appreciate it. Is anybody else in the audience here in opposition to the application today? And at the time of completion, there was no complaints. All right. Go ahead and get staff's recommendation on this one, please.
The Planning Development staff recommends denial of the variance request as it does not meet all the criteria established in Section 33 of the Comprehensive Zone Ordinance of Augusta, Georgia, as amended. Should the board move to approve the applicant's request, staff recommend the following conditions. The area for the building-mounted sign located at Manus Fermentation Building shall be no more than 447.3 square feet. That concludes staff recommendation.
Thank you very much. Do we have any questions or comments from the board?
Mr. Chair, yeah.
Mr.
Yes.
Chair.
Just in reference to the size of the sign, do we need to make a acknowledgement that the applicant presented a lower number than what's in the variance?
Sure, we can make that acknowledgement. All right. Entertain any motions.
I make a motion to approve subject to staff recommendation.
Second.
I have a motion from Mr. Turner and a second from Mr. Rowe. All in
Mr. Chairman,
favor? I'm sorry?
Let's do the standard question, if he's agreeable to the recommendation before we go much further.
The conditions.
The conditions.
Just what we asked for.
I know, but I'd like to hear say he's agreeable to it.
Mr. Rosier, if you wouldn't mind addressing the podium, please. Are you agreeable to the conditions as stated by staff granting you your variance?
Yes, I am.
Thank you, sir. All right. All in favor for the motion to approve, subject to conditions stated by staff, show of hands. I'm seeing all, and I'm hearing Mr. Pascal. Ms. Chivers, were you in approval or denial?
Definitely in approval.
Thank you very much. No worries. I thought I saw a hand, but it was not over there. That's a unanimous approval for you, sir. Thank you very much. And again, we appreciate your impact on the economy. All right, we can move to the next item on the agenda, please.
All right. BZA-25-43, a petition by Lee Catherine Booker requesting a variance from section 8-1B to increase the allowable height of a front yard wall from 4 feet to 5 foot 8 inches on the property located at 822 Fleming Avenue. Staff will present.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Chair, members of the commission. Todd Kennedy, Senior Planner, Planning and Development Services. This variance request involves a proposed fence/masonry wall. The applicant requests a variance to increase its height from 4 feet to 5 feet 8 inches for a fence/masonry wall within the required 30-foot front setback on William Street to replace the existing wooden fence, one that was destroyed by Hurricane Helene. The findings are as follows, findings 1 through 9. First one, number 1, the property is a corner lot at Fleming Avenue and William Street. Number 2, currently on the east property line is a 6-foot-high wooden fence that was damaged by Hurricane Helene. Number 3, the applicant is wanting to remove this fence and replace it with a brick masonry wall that is more in character with the surrounding existing fences in the historical neighborhood. Number 4, the property is located within the R1 or one-family residential zoning district. Number 5, Section 8-1B of the Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance states that a fence, lattice work, screen, or a wall in the required front yard shall not exceed 4 feet in height. Number 6, the proposed 5-foot 8-inch masonry wall would be an approximate increase of 30%. Number 7, the adjacent property owners where this fence/masonry wall would be installed are agreeable to have a mason lined up to complete the work. Number 8, the property is in the historic Somerville Historic District. The Historic Preservation Commission conditionally approved the new masonry wall subject to the Board of Zoning Appeals approval of the height and location within the required front yard setback back on September 25th of 2025. Number 9, staff has not received any inquiries concerning this variance application at the time of the completion of this staff report. That concludes staff's presentation at this time, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kennedy. Is the applicant Lee Catherine Booker present? If you wouldn't mind. And when you approach this podium, if you wouldn't mind just stating your name and address for the record.
Yes, Lee Catherine Booker, 822 Fleming Avenue.
Thank you, Ms. Booker. You have 10 minutes to add anything that you'd like to this application.
Awesome. Yeah, we really want to make it look the same as the other wall that is on the other side of our properties. We think it's going to be a lot prettier. It's going to be shorter than the current wall. And I've got several letters from neighbors as well as the next door neighbors here to support it.
Excellent. And for the record, I'm assuming Dina's family, you guys are in support. Seeing you guys nod your head, that's great. All right. Anything else you'd like to add?
Not unless I need to provide you the letters. But
that's all right. We can hold on to it for just a second. Is there anyone present today who's in opposition of this application? Seeing none and hearing from staff that there was none at the time of completion. All right. I'll open it up for any board members' questions. Ms. Chivers is asking for the staff recommendation, please.
Okay. The Planning Development staff recommends denial of the variance request as it does not meet all criteria for granting variances established in section 33 of the Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance as amended. Should the board move to approve the applicant request, staff recommends the following condition. Allow for an 8-foot 8-inch high masonry fence. 5 foot. Did I miss it? 5 foot. I'm sorry. 5 foot 8-inch high masonry fence to run along the west property line and the required front yard setback of 30 feet.
Ms. Booker, are you agreeable to those conditions if we move to approve?
I am.
All right.
Request that. A motion approval.
All right, I have a motion.
Along with staff recommendation, please.
I have a motion for approval with staff recommendation by Ms. Chivers, second by Mr. Forrest. And I'll go ahead and do this by show of hands. All in favor for the approval with staff recommendation? That is a unanimous one. You'll have your letter of approval very shortly. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
We'll go ahead and move on to the next one, if you don't mind.
Okay.
And I will note, as staff's working their way up, that Ms. Chivers has asked to recuse herself from this particular application.
Okay. BZA-25-44, a petition by Peter Tucciano for Capital Rise LLC requesting a variance from section 11-1A to reduce the front yard setbacks from 25 feet to 20 feet on the property located at 4107 Darcy Court. Staff will present.
Amanda Cruz, Planner 1. This request involves a 0.19 acre tract zoned R1C, one family residential, and is situated in the Pebble Creek subdivision. The applicant seeks to reduce the front yard setback from the required 25 feet to 20 feet to allow for the construction of a single-family residence. The property is 0.19 acres in size and is consistent with other lots on Darcy Court, ranging in size from 0.16 to 0.19 acres in size. According to the topography map layer on the city's GIS website, approximately 45 feet of the back of the lot is a steep bank, which has an elevation at the rear lot line of 340 feet, sloping to 315 feet at around the 45-foot mark, creating a 55% slope. The applicant states that the 25-foot front setback will create safety concerns for the house if it is placed that far back on the lot and that close to the hill of the slope. Section 8-8A of the Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance requires a front yard setback of 25 feet. The requested front yard setback to 20 feet would be an approximate 20% reduction. At the time of completion of this report, no inquiries have been received by staff concerning this variance application. That concludes staff presentation.
Thank you very much, Ms. Cruz. Is Mr. Peter Tachuna or a representative for the applicant present? If you wouldn't mind. And as you approach, just name, address, and that you have the authority to speak on behalf of the applicant.
Felicia Lamar is my name, and the address, my personal address or that address?
And address is good.
Okay, 4107 Dorsey Court is what I'm here representing for Peter.
Okay, thank you so much. You have 10 minutes if you'd like to add anything to the application.
There's nothing else to add, but that the buyer really wants more yardage.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, let's go ahead and get staff's recommendation on this, please.
Okay. The Planning and Development staff recommends approval of the variance request. That concludes staff recommendation.
All right, and I apologize, I jumped the gun a little bit. Is there anyone in opposition present today? Seeing none and hearing that there was none within the applicant, and we have the staff's recommendation, I'll turn to board if they have any questions.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion to approve from Mr. Trulock, and a second from Ms. Morton. All in favor for approval of the applicant? Show of hands. All right, that is unanimous without, with Ms. Chivers recusing herself. Thank you so much. You'll have your letter in the mail.
Thank you.
All right. Before we turn to legal, I just want to remind everybody to keep our good friend and fellow board member, or fellow planning and development and personnel, Mr. Kepner, in your prayers as he recovers. Anything from the legal department? Thank you so much. We will conclude the meeting.